My husband, Joel, is the ultimate cheapskate. I haven't seen you buy new underwear since I met you. We'll do anything to save a penny. You can still wear those?
They still got elastic in them.
This is the problem. They're all holy and nasty.
My name is Joel, and I'm cheap and proud of it.
I had to buy my own engagement ring.
I was just going to give her the cash for it, but that didn't happen.
My father ended up giving me my mother's wedding band.
Blew a sigh of relief because I knew I wasn't gonna have to buy a wedding band now.
Joel has an excuse for every holiday. Christmas, that's for kids.
Birthdays don't really mean anything.
Valentine's Day, it's a big promo for the diamond companies.
When the day arrives and nothing happens, she's very, very disappointed in me. I'm flabbergasted, I don't understand it.
The last present I received was flowers before we got married.
I feel like anything more than a card is a waste of money.
It's not just about presents. Joel is a tightwad in a lot of different ways.
I work hard for my money. I try to get ahead every chance I get.
We have a 2-year-old son, and if the diaper gets ripped during a changing, Joel will tape that diaper back in order.
Just get a piece of tape. Doesn't touch the baby's skin.
You know, diapers are 34.5 cents a piece. Joel's too cheap to buy his own hair gel.
Use a little conditioner, a little water. Just put it in your hair and you're good to go.
Joel once ripped a pair of his pants in the crotch and super glued them back together. Oh, looks like you peed your pants. How much did that save you, Joel?
About 40 bucks.
The closest thing to a romantic date is when his parents paid for us to go see The Passion of the Christ and even gave us money for popcorn and soda because they knew he was too cheap to buy it.
Why waste the money?
Here's the kicker. Joel will buy anything for himself, but not Mama.
I think my wife was pretty spoiled growing up.
When I go out shopping, he will ask me, how much did you spend? And no matter what I tell him, this is his reaction, oh great, now we're broke. Since I do the finances, I take Joel's credit card and buy what I want. DrPhil, my husband is so cheap and he'll do anything to save money. What should I do?
So you're getting away with this. That's what do you do when it comes birthday, Christmas, and nothing?
Well, I tell him before my birthday, there's 5 shopping days until my birthday. There's 4 shopping days and do the countdown. And my birthday comes and, well, he didn't have time. He didn't have the cash. It's excuse after excuse.
And you've been married 4 years?
Yes.
And he did this before you got married?
He was, yeah. Yes, he did.
So you knowingly married in to a cheapskate?
Yeah, I did.
And you think he's a cheapskate?
Absolutely.
All right, what do you say about this?
I think I used to spend more money on her when we were dating than I do now.
So it was bait and switch. You spent some money on her till you got her hooked, then it dried up. Okay, is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, no, I think when our son was born, I became financially responsible for another person. I tended to change my attitudes on spending money then.
Okay, you're super gluing your pants together. Okay, I mean, is this is really college fun material here? Is that what you're telling me? Okay, son, I'm super gluing my pants so you get to go to college. Is that what you're telling me? Come on. And now, there are times in television where we just give people too much information. Yeah. That is too much information. Okay, what is up with this? You actually wear these?
I haven't for a while, but...
Why would you ever do that? What, do you just like the feeling of a waistband? Does this seem reasonable to you?
Yeah, a little bit, I guess. Every year for our wedding anniversary, I try to take my wife to the restaurant where I ask her to marry me. The restaurant's very expensive, so we haven't made it back yet.
After years of the hurt feelings and the no gifts, I've given up.
If I even got a card, at this point, it would be a very big improvement. Anything to show his feelings would be nice.
You thought I was going to agree with you about this, right?
I didn't plan on that exactly, no.
He said, bring DrPhil on. I'll tell him and he'll know I'm
if
right.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right.
You don't buy her gifts. You don't want to spend discretionary income on her, but you'll spend it on yourself or you'll spend it on your son, but you won't spend it on her. What message do you think that sends?
I think it might send the message that I don't care for her as much as I might care for our son.
You think?
I.
What
if
message?
it
What
was
message do
reversed.
you get?
It used to really, really bother me and hurt my feelings because of the other women that had received gifts, and the rest of his family is very giving. It's just so confusing because he's a very good husband, and he's a good father, and he's a good person, and he's nice, and so I don't let that bother me.
What message are you sending her?
That she's the last on my list. I guess thinking about it now, she's not, but that might.
She's not last on your list.
No. I tell her all the time, everything I do for her and my son. Whether it's repairing something on her house, trying to get ahead in case, in an uncertain economy, in case something happened.
Sure.
Don't have to worry about that. But,
Yeah.
I may not be handling it right, but.
Yeah, well, you think maybe you need to dial a little balance in there? Because what you said is she wants stupid stuff.
Oh.
And that means it's stupid to you,
Yeah.
but it may not be stupid to her. Obviously, it's not, because there are certain things that you would like to have. You'd like to say, this improves the quality of my life. This is something that's nice that I could have and enjoy, and it feels good that my husband would want to give me this. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
And so, even if it was like just an item, a music box, a picture, something that had no functional value whatsoever, but if every day she looked at it and said, that's just a reflection of the fact that he wanted me to have this, and I like it and I enjoy it, then that would be sending a good message, wouldn't it? Well, my next guest, Nicole, says her sister Amber is addicted to cold hard cash and has gotten herself into what she calls a dirty business to make it happen. Amber admits she's stuck in a vicious cycle, but she says, I just don't know how to get out. Take a look.
My sister Amber chooses very racy jobs to earn money.
I had a really cool job working at the front door of a fetish club. I would wear latex outfits.
She worked as a fire breather.
And they paid me like $300 a night just to get up there and do a little show.
She worked at a sex dungeon.
My name was Mistress Flynn. I just tie guys up all the time, spank the guy. They would pay like hundreds of dollars.
She's not in control anymore. The amount of money she makes actually controls her lifestyle.
A couple years ago, I had a friend who knew I was broke and he wanted to be married, so I married him. I got $5,000 to marry him.
Amber did marry a guy for money and not for love.
He gives me about $500 a month.
I tell her every day, I'm like, go get a divorce. But she really relies on the money he gives her every month.
What am I gonna do? What?
Amber tends to look for men with money to help her out.
My sugar daddy was married, and what he wanted from me was a cute girl to bring out. It's almost like a business deal. He gave me a check for $4,000. Instead of putting that towards what I should have to get my life on track, I took the money and went to New York and partied for a week. It's easy to spend money when you don't really work for it.
Amber does tend to spend the money on the wrong things when she does get it.
I have about $4,000 worth of Dior and Chanel shoes. These are my Manolo Blahniks, and I paid $1,000 for them, and they are worth every penny.
She needs someone to slap her upside the head and say she's living like she's making $50,000 a year when she's not.
It is easy to spend money on myself because I always have a way of justifying it in my head. My answer is always, I'll just go to Vegas and topless dance for the week. Just make that lump sum and come back and live off that.
Tell me why you've gone in this direction. You say it's for the money, but there are other ways to make money. Why this?
I don't know. It's just I've been doing it for so long that I kind of just am in. It's just what I know. I was going to school and I was waitressing, and I ended up getting hurt doing the fire breathing thing, and I had to drop out of school. So after that, I just never had I had to make ends meet, so I had to scramble around to go to clubs and work. And
You said you got hurt breathing fire. I assume you got burned.
no, I got the alcohol in my lungs, and I was in the hospital for a week. The oil in my lungs, the gas chemical thing that they use.
Oh, you inhaled the.
I got it in my lungs, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a downside. So you quit doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't breathe fire anymore?
Not anymore, no.
So now you just work like as a dominatrix, you
No,
dance?
I don't do that anymore either. I did that for like a couple months and I quit because it was weird, so.
That was weird, as opposed to fire breathing in a... Okay. All right. Do you think that this is a bad thing for you to do, or do you think that, I mean, do you think it's demeaning to you to do what you do for money?
I don't, sometimes I do feel like that, but then sometimes I don't. I guess if I do it for a while, like a week straight, if I'm working, I get really sick of it and I start to feel really bad, and then I'll go home and I'll just not do it for a couple weeks, and that's when I spend my money, and then I'm like, well, I gotta go back to work again. So.
Okay, so that's the cycle that you're talking about being in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you married a guy strictly for money. He's paying you to be his wife. You got another guy that's paying you to just go with him and be on his arm, and you're working in strip clubs.
Yeah.
Amber was recently paid $1,000 to be in a film. She said it was a swimsuit thing, and now when we started just talking about going on the show, it came out that she was topless. We had already told all our family to watch the film. It's not a very proud thing.
Here's my concern. I do think it's demeaning to you. Is it demeaning to some guy to go pay some girl to take their clothes off and stuff? Yeah, no question, but that's not your job. This is your job. And it's clear to me that I think any woman that has a healthy self-esteem, that regards herself positively, that believes that she is a quality person, that is entitled to be treated with dignity and respect, would not do what you're doing. Now, that's my judgment of the situation, and so that causes me to believe that you have decided that this is your only way to get along. I think you're addicted to the easiness of it. You're addicted to the fact that I can get a fair amount of money in a short period of time, and so you've just numbed yourself to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Paulette says her son is a money-hungry man in the making. Now, he's 13 years old and already taking advantage of his girlfriend's generosity.
Dear Dr. Phil, my 13-year-old son, Jordan, is a ladies' man.
I'm a player.
The problem with that is all the girls want to give him gifts.
All girls want to buy me stuff, I'm going to take it.
His girlfriends have given Jordan a $125 pair of sneakers, video games, cologne,
All kinds, Ken Cole, everything.
even their babysitting money. My husband says if the girls want to waste their money, let them. But I want to teach Jordan how to be a gentleman. Dr. Phil, how do I teach my son that he should be the one buying presents for the ladies and refusing gifts from them? Please help before my little ladies' man grows up to be a big mooch. Signed, Mom of a Mooch in the Making.
Well, Paulette, are you there?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Well, you have a good-looking kid there, no question about that.
Well, thank you. Most of the girls think he is, too.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. You're going to ruin this boy if you let him do that. Can I just get right to the point?
Go ahead.
Your husband is wrong. He is absolutely wrong, and let me tell you why. There's a couple of ways that you can look at this. Number one, a 13-year-old kid giving another 13-year-old kid $100+ gifts is inappropriate. I don't care whether it's a girl giving her girlfriend a gift like that, or a girl giving a boy, or a boy giving a girl. That's inappropriate level of giving, and I'll guarantee you those families can't afford that. There are a couple of victims here. One, the family that this is happening with their daughter, and two, your son, because he is getting an idea that you just kind of be cute and charming and people give you things.
Right.
That's an all-around bad message. Would you agree with that?
Oh, wholeheartedly, yes.
Okay, so tell your husband that in my opinion, he's just going to create a precedent here where Jordan can just think, you know, I'm cute and adorable, so people should give me things. And then pretty soon he'll be thinking, well, they're going to give me grades, they're going to give me a job, they're going to give me this, they're going to give me that. And that's not right. He ain't that cute. So it's going to be a problem. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.